It's August 9th, 2021. I was speaking earlier about paradigm shift. I found some Gaia reference that popped up on my YouTube feed thing as I was uploading one of my videos. Said something about the Atlanteans, the Lemur, the Mu. I mean, in other place we wrote about Majuru, but again, I am many things in many chapters of Altrabes, so it becomes difficult. On the news media, in my front-facing position where I was isolated, they dedicated Huntington's disease with a zip code of 11743. It was a neighboring town to Cold Spring Harbor, which is where the house I was held in. Huntington was where my first paycheck came from, in order to earn some form of United States of America dollar, so I could have clothes and I could buy myself things, since Louis and Linda are useless. Now, the TV says the U.S. Americans should get out of Afghanistan. Now, that's interesting. That being a helicopter or a chopper? Which one is it? Because the words in this one language system of English gets confusing.
And loan money to citizens that can't afford a plane ticket out. The alert comes as fighting escalates inside the country. Taliban forces took over 4 regional capitals since Friday, including Kunduz, a strategic city in northeastern Afghanistan. Afghan security forces are fighting back in some
This is Eastern Afghanistan, for all area dumb fucking and useless.
Said they killed 16 Taliban insurgents in Kandahar province. A spokesman for the Taliban tells Al Jazeera that they want to negotiate a peaceful settlement. The State Department says they've removed staff that don't need to be in the country, and there is a do not travel alert in place for Afghanistan.
Now, those words, I'm just curious, is that for East Afghanistan assholes that these kiddos are working with and blowing up, as per this news feed of video that nobody knows and nobody dates? I mean, I'm saying that they're feeding it through my television in the year 2021. Same time they're calling this place New York. Same time they're calling this place America. At the same time they're calling this place United States of America. But it gets hard to tell because I see there's something that looks this color in my area that doesn't belong, for sure. It's where something that looks like this, and on the patch, it has a black griffin on 2 feet or 2 paws, which is indicative of chemical exchange. So I'm just curious, all area dumb, fucking, and useless. Why is this color of really dark, not my color, why is this touching chemicals of any kind? In any kind of exchange system, and why does it have this costume on, since I can't verify it's a real fucking veteran? Just because it wears some kind of cat's pajamas, it's the wrong skin color. So why is it handling anything? Just curious. This is how disgusting and perverse your ability to police and keep shit straight has been. In your human social experiment that has gone completely off the rails and is now damaging the paradigm, which is the most important thing for planetary safety, because it's the way that the world actually gravitates and spins. It's the gravitas that keeps you healthy, safe in a multiple world situation, in a multiple dimensional situation. And currently, because of shit like this, and you can't even fucking speak straight or like manage straight, it's a real fucking problem.
draw by the end of the month. There are still a number of possible.
So now, is this called military? I'm just curious. This is United States of America's flag. Now, he is saying U.S. Navy SEALs. What does that mean? I'm Navy SEAL envelopes. I don't have any fucking clue what a Navy SEAL is, and I'm looking at it, and it looks like heretics.
Some 200 people swam across the Hudson River on Saturday to commemorate the 20-year anniversary of the terrorist attacks on September 11, 2001.
You know, just thinking about...
Some people say it's the most elite of the elite of the military. I beg to differ. Maybe somewhere there's a quiet echelon of real elite Navy SEALs. But not in this part of the world. Nope. They can't even get whether Afghanistan, I'm in the west or the eastern gate or bank of Afghanistan. This color is in New York saying it's a U.S. Navy SEAL. I know there's somebody right now who wants to pull his gun out and shoot everything this color in the room. Good. Why don't you go with that motif? So this way we can start to take back the paradigm, because this is still interfering in a really dangerous way. Through multiple process and multiple complexion. They've completely brainwashed the Americans and the United States to think that this is just as worthy of breath as what we need to get done in paradigm. This should have no words until I am rescued and put back to where humans are not allowed to go. Because I was taken from where humans are not allowed to go by humans going somewhere they're not allowed to go.
You know, all the lives lost that were here, you know, and what great sacrifices that we had to do.
No uniform, by the way, but he says he's U.S. Navy SEAL, so does that mean I just believe him?
To get us where we're at now.
I don't know how it works in, like, the real official place. It's a little confusing over here in America. They do push-ups. Does that make them U.S. Navy SEALs? I'm just curious. Where is that line of officialness in something serious in the world?
You know, it was a tragedy. Yeah, I would say the best thing that came out of 9/11 was the months after, where everyone was
Because
united.
they taught this something, and now this thinks that everybody gets to be the same.
Use that unity again.
No, they don't.
Twice along the way to climb aboard.
I wasn't there, by the way. I had more
Liberty in Ellis.
whatever things to
There,
do.
they performed 100 push-ups in honor of
Considering
the
I'm
life.
out of money, out of transportation, and I just walk in service in flag style. Penance, shall we call it, for the health ministry problem of Huntington's disease, amnesia, dementia, ALS, MS, and a whole lot of other tragic muscular dystrophy diseases because of all these high definitions with all these humans that really don't fucking matter. Not in any group.
2011 shoot down of a U.S. helicopter in Afghanistan with 38 service members and crew.
No fucking clue what these words even mean. None.
In Lower Manhattan. They placed the American flag at the 9/11 memorial there to honor the
So they're not in any kind of uniform,
War on Terror.
but they believe in their flag. So they're calling themselves Navy SEAls, half naked, in their skivvies, walking around embarrassing the fuck out of themselves and their reputation in front of all of the disgusting problem children in New York. Just so we call it out the way that it is.
Some have accused the government of keeping the American people in the dark about Saudi Arabia's role in supporting Osama bin Laden. They also point to the 2018 murder of Jamal Khashoggi and the December 2019 murders of U.S. service members.
Why are they murders if they were fucking problems? I'm just curious. Like, who determines whether it's murder or it's precise, like, sniper shot, like, dedicated servicemen? I'm just curious.
So the president remains committed to his campaign pledge, but needs the DOJ to take the final steps. The Minnesota Supreme Court ruled last week that a state gun law doesn't violate the Second Amendment. The law requires people to get a permit.
Remember, this is the year 2021 in this hyperbole of Hyperion, where the fucking world is literally in a dimensional shift, meaning the fucking ground and gravity are off in a time dilation where my knees are cracking, the bones are cracking, because the physics is wanting to pull my leg back, but then it snaps back into position, and I have to just keep like bucking on through it as if nothing fucking's wrong. Oh, this next one is the best. Ready for this one on grand scale communications in one fucking language with a whole lot of fucking assholes?
To include the words.
Let's see, what's your takeaway, all area dumb fucking useless?
Fed up with the nonsense that's going on in the banking system. Did you know that top U.S. banks have recently amended their depositor terms and conditions?
No, I
To
didn't.
include the words bank failure and what's required of you in.
What the fuck does bank failure mean? I had no way of knowing that until this man mentioned bank failure. Until this man mentioned that they had some meeting I wasn't aware of, I wasn't invited to, nobody gave me an update afterwards, we don't coordinate schedules. In fact, this man and his constituents that know about bank failure don't even come to fucking talk to me, so how the fuck do you expect anyone in the world to fix anything? All area dumb fucking useless human.
24 hours if, or should I say when, it happens. Don't get blindsided by your bank. Call a GSI exchange today.
What the fuck is a GSI exchange?
Bank Failure Survival Guide at 866-424.
I don't have a bank account. I have no career. I have no money coming in. I have no stipend. I have no veteran benefits. I have no health care. I have fucking absolutely nothing except for the vagina I fell out of, which is sometimes useful. And then the guy that she likes to like cry on his shoulder in a really disgusting fucking abusive format in mental disease.
2382. We'll also send you the required format to file with your bank within 24 hours of their failure, which is now required by the top banks to avoid freezing of your funds.
Why not just fucking clean the world up? Why do we need all these extra steps to let like evil children fuck shit up
Stay
more?
on top of the current events that really matter by calling GSI Exchange and requesting your free guide at 866-424-2382.
Secure, the true solution for your digital privacy and security.
What the fuck does this mean? Just because they put their money behind something doesn't mean this actually fucking exists.
Swiss privacy laws, giving you true privacy.
Nobody fucking believes it, nobody knows about it, and it doesn't actually exist because the fucking paradigm is off because you let all the fucking like manifestation children out of their fucking cages and taught them everything they shouldn't do, which made them want to do it more. All area dumb fucking and useless
You
human.
won't find this level of privacy or security on any other email.
This is somehow in New York in my visual cortex every fucking day. Why is that?
Privacy today.
Oh, is that now Swiss? I don't fucking think so.
TD correspondent David Vives has the details.
Oh, this is the best. Ready for this one? These people, these skin types of multi-complexion, they're claiming to be French. No, they're fucking not. They're holding what looks to be like a French-colored flag in the year 2021. But I'm telling you right fucking now, these are not French citizens, they're not French lineage, they're not French royals, and they're not the French royal bloodline. So why the fuck are they calling themselves French and protesting and putting it on multi-broadcast media to confuse the fuck out of management and the fucking dumb fucking useless children that keep making the world fucking worse? Just curious.
Calm down, Nicole. I can hear you all the way outside.
All right, Lou, go be busy doing something.
Don't do that. Stop that.
137,000 French people took to the streets in France on Saturday to protest against the
Shut
LSAT,
up.
according to Interior Minister. More than twice as much as the turnout at the first protests nearly a month ago. The health pass is a certificate that proves you're vaccinated or that you had a negative COVID test less than 48 hours before.
That's not French.
Required as of Monday to enter bars, restaurants, trains, hospitals and other public venues. This pharmacy worker says she's concerned about health risks from the vaccine. She says protesting the health pass is really a fight for life.
We're being pushed to get injection. This is a matter of life. And as time goes on, they want to vaccine younger children.
I have no idea because I haven't been to France, but these don't look French either.
Crisis. There is no trust.
The protests were largely peaceful, with little violence toward the police. The protest seems to have no leaders, but rather to be a spontaneous grassroots movement. This police union spokesman says that the government is using policemen to check people's compliance with the health pass.
Now we'll have people
Hey,
who are
it's not
considered
French.
natural citizens. This is lamentable. Most of my colleagues are disgusted. They will now control the people's health pass in restaurants, rather than doing their job.
The sound
arresting bad people.
of the
What
English
happens if someone doesn't have a
is
pass?
Asian.
We are told by the new law to arrest the restaurant owner. That's incredible.
In South France, the protests have increased over the recent weeks. In the city of Nice, the number of demonstrators may be 4 times higher than last week, according to local media.
We're absolutely aware of what is happening in the world, that France is going towards a very dangerous path.
We really
Here's the thing. Nobody knows where these buildings are. It says Nice, France. We have no way of verifying it in New York. I've never been, and I don't have any relatives or anybody to call to verify. But it looks like there's a whole bunch of people using your flag and wrapping themselves in police title and all sorts of things that are not so.
see a lot of people here. This is now or never. We have to mobilize.
And nobody knows his language. So which version of it, the English or the one he's actually speaking, is true in the message for broadcasting?
The anti-pass protests look likely to continue, with more scheduled for next Saturday. David Vives, NTD News.
This also looks like this a little lighter on the Croatia flag, but this gets very confusing the way that they teach it here, and multimedia I have seen that has taught it all sorts of different ways.
Paris.
Video released by military police in Italy captured an arsonist in the middle of starting a fire. The incident was caught on hidden camera in the countryside near Montesarchio, a town some 30 miles from Naples. The video showed a pixelated figure lighting a match, placing it on the grass, and running away as flames quickly grew. The man was arrested by authorities. With temperatures surpassing 100 degrees Fahrenheit across southern Italy, hot winds have stoked the flames of wildfires, a common sight during the country's dry and hot summers. The Italian Fire Brigade tweeted on Sunday that this year in the period between June 15th to August 8th, they've seen a 70% increase in the number of wildfire interventions.
I cannot tell by the arborvitae if this is really the landscape of Italy. Just because the man says, I have no idea. But it's confusing to the public.
Over 44,000 interventions compared to more than 26,000 during the same period of 2020. The International Olympic Committee declared the Tokyo Olympics officially closed, with officials claiming the games were a success, despite the pandemic.
Who votes on that? Because I haven't. Nobody cares. It's just a landmark event, so this way it makes world policing supposedly a little easier.
It was not the financial windfall Japan had hoped for after postponing the games for a year due to a global health crisis. Organizers said the unprecedented event, held mostly without spectators, would serve as a symbol of world triumph.
World triumph of what? You're losing, not just them, but everybody on a daily event.
COVID-19 infections in the host city ballooned during.
He is doing whatever Nucci does in private, while I'm doing whatever I do over here.
And 2 cosmonauts from Russia. Team Dragon held 2 Americans.
No idea what year this was, no idea if this is still going on, no idea how anybody even gets to that level of human, was never afforded me, was never invited me into it. That echelon does not exist in this New York, United States of America in the century 20, year 21. *1978, *8378, Nicole Cattaruzza.